We'll go behind our curtain. Howdy, partners.
Howdy,
y'all.
Cowboys figured most significantly in American history during the period extending roughly from the end of the American Civil War through the 1890s, when transportation facilities were scanty in the western and southwestern United States. Cattle had to be driven to shipping points over long distances, and the cowboy needed great strength, endurance, and often ingenuity to complete the treks. Because of the lack of adequate law enforcement, his duties extended to providing security for his ranch and its stock. Thanks to television and people like our friend here, Roy Rogers, cowboys today take on a romantic image and are used as a symbol of manliness. But things weren't like that in the Old West. After putting in a full day's work, they had to be alert to trouble on the horizon. Let's look in now as our Connecticut cowboys relax after a day on the range.
Wake up.
What's the matter?
Look towards the sky. What you see?
Oh, stars, millions of stars.
What that tells you?
Help me. Oh, astronomically speaking, it tells me that there's billions in the galaxy and potentially billions in the planets. Astronomically speaking, Saturn is in Leo. Time-wise, it's only 3:15 in the morning. Oh, and theologically means that our Lord is all-powerful and we are small and insignificant. Meteorologically, that means we're going to have a beautiful day today. Oh, what does that tell you, Tonto?
Wasabi, you sound smart, but you're dumb. Someone sold a tent.
This is about my 10-gallon dream. Well, I woke up this morning, showered and combed my head. I made myself some coffee with some eggs and toasted bread. Got in my old pickup truck and I let those tires scream. Gonna buy me a bottle of liquor and have a 10-gallon dream. When I got to the liquor store, saw a robbery going on in there, but I wanted me a bottle, so I went in without a care. The gunman turned to face me. One punch took him out. I said, don't get in the way of my liquor, my 10-gallon dream. The owner gave me free whiskey, and I started down the road. Just when I got close to home, I saw someone I owed. He said, son, just keep your money. I'll take that bottle of Jim Beam. I said, you're not getting my liquor, cowboy. That's for my 10-gallon dream. So I made it back to the farmhouse. I walked in my front door. Then I thought about that ruckus and how my hand was sore. But I sat down in my easy chair and turned on the TV screen. Then I drank my bottle of liquor and had my 10-gallon dream.
Had to be ever vigilant, not knowing what was coming next over the next rise. But everyone wasn't a bad guy. There were a lot of lonesome nice guys on the range. It has to be hard for us to imagine being on a month-long cattle drive through dry, desolate countryside. But there was always a first time for everything.
Good day, Bob.
I went to church, Cindy. First time I've ever been there.
That's great. Did you enjoy it?
Well, first thing I did was tie my horse up to a tree in the corral.
At church, that's called a parking lot.
Then I went up some steps and through the main gate.
That's called the front door in church.
Inside, a man in a suit and tie gave me a piece of paper and pointed to a chute I should go down.
In a church, that's called the aisle.
Then I saw an empty stall and I sat down.
That's called a pew.
Oh, that's exactly what the nice lady next to me said.
Sitting on the long night watch, many cowboys sang as they rode. Now let's listen to Bill Sanborn giving his rendition of Riders in the Sky.
Dark and windy day, upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, a-trampling through the ragged sky, and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo, goes herd in the sky. The brands were still on fire and their hoofs were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. For he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo, those riders in the sky. Faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, and shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't got 'em yet. 'Cause they got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses that are snorting fire. As they ride on, hear their cry. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo, those riders in the sky. As the riders rode on by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell a-riding on this range, then cowboy, change your way today, or with us you will ride, a-trying to catch the devil herd across these endless skies. Yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yo, those herd in the sky.
This is entitled For the Birds. I viewed an aged trucker as I checked the fence that day, dressed in bibby overalls and driving a 1-ton Model A. He screeched the half-worn brakes until the truck he finally stopped, got out and slapped the side rails with a stick, and then in he hopped. Kicking up a cloud of dust, he took off again once more, and stopped a bit on up the road to reenact the puzzling chore. Now this went on for miles, with my curious about to burst, but each time we'd almost catch him, me and Belle, we were eating dust. Now the trail ahead made a bend, so I kicked Belle in the ribs, determined to catch the Model A and the trucker in the bibs. We cut across the ridge, so this time when he slowed, me and Belle were there waiting in the center of the road. He hopped out in those bibbies with his usual stick in hand, and I took my chance to ask him, "What the hell you doing, man?" I'm a hauling 2-ton of canaries, and believe me, it's been trying. This here's just a 1-ton truck, so I've got to keep the other half a-flying.
To their chosen location. Occasionally, though, a single wagon set out on its own.
Yeah?
When are we gonna get to California in this heel wagon?
It won't be long now, L.B.
But Hiram, that's what you told me when we left Connecticut.
Well?
Well, that was the day after we was married, remember?
So what?
Hiram, that was over 9 months ago.
How can you talk like that, woman? We don't even have as much as a calendar out here. And you figure it's been 9 months? Come on, girl. Yeah. It won't be long now.
Hiram?
Yeah?
What's them animals?
What animal?
Over there.
Them cows.
Them cows?
Yeah?
Hiram, you told me them little skinny animals with the pointy antlers we seen last month were cows.
Yeah, but they had a bad drought back there. And cows don't prosper in a drought.
These cows don't look nothing like them cows. These cows got big shaggy fur coats on the front half, and they's huge.
Ah, bad winter out here. They moved it on the back half. No drought, good feed, and they are growing. But what? They got 4 legs, ain't they?
Yeah?
And they in a herd, ain't they?
Yeah.
Well, then they cows.
Hiram,
Yeah?
what's them animals?
What animals?
What are they?
Them cows.
Them cows, too?
Yeah?
These cows got long, skinny legs and long necks and funny humps on their backs.
Yeah, deformed. It's the vegetation out here deforms everything. But why? They got 4 legs, ain't they?
Yeah?
And in a herd, ain't they?
Yeah.
Well, then cows. And I'll tell you something, woman. If you don't quit your yakking, we ain't never gonna get to California. Come on, gal. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hiram?
What is it, woman?
Well, they've got 4 legs. And there's a whole pack of them, so I guess they've been a herd, but...
What, woman?
Well, they stood up on top of them where it takes the ground, not much else. And they're coming this way back.
What? My God, woman! They're Indians! Why didn't you say something sooner? Come on, get here. Go! Come on, go!
What's good to be with cows?
It was gloomy as a tomb when I got a chance at punching for an outfit called Sarpoon. I didn't ask no wherefores, but just let out with my tar, as happy as an angel with the newest make of heart. When I struck out from the bunkhouse for my first day on the range, I thought the tracks we followed were peculiar, like and strange. And when I asked about it, the roundup foreman says, "You ain't a punching cattle, but a herding ostriches." Well, we chased a bunch of critters on the hot and sandy plain, though 'twas like a preparation with the U.S. mail train. But at last we got 'em herded in a wire fence corral, and the foreman says offhanded like, "Just go in and rope one, Al." Well, first one I tackled was an Eiffel Tower bird, but that noose ain't pinched his throat before several things occurred. He spread his millinery just as he meant to fly, and then he reached a stilt out and careless smote me above the eye. They pulled me out from under that milling mass of legs, and they fed me on hot whiskey and yolks of ostrich eggs. As soon as I was able, I pulled freight for Cattle Land, and the ostrich punching business never gets my OK brand.
Another important person on the cattle drive was the camp cook. Looks like he's coming now.
Beans and hardtacks they usually give us.
1 second. That's something special.
Just made these cookies. And you know in Texas they don't make anything small. So I have a little treat for all our national and state lecturers. You usually get do a nasty job, but I'm going to give you a nice treat.
Buy you a first, Bill. And the recipe is in our... You mind if your cookies start to go on? Where's Sherry? I'm back here. You want to get Sherry? I
Bob, how about telling us about the blue-tailed fly?
When I was young, I used to wait on Master and give him his plate, and pass the bottle when he got dry, and brush away the blue-tailed fly. Jim crack corn, and I don't care. Jim crack corn, and I don't care. Jim crack corn, and I don't care. My master's gone away. One day he rode around the farm. The flies so numerous they did swarm. One chance to bite him on the thumb, the devil take the blue-tailed fly. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. My master's gone away. The pony run, he jumped, he pitched. He threw my master in the ditch. The guy and the jury wondered why. The verdict was the blue-tailed fly. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. My master's gone away. And laid him beneath a cinnamon tree. His epitaph is there to see. Beneath this stone and forced to lie, the victim of the blue-tailed fly. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. My master's gone away. Oh, master's gone, now let him rest. They say all things are for the best. But I'll never forget till the day I die. Oh, master and the blue-tailed fly. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. My master's gone away. That's how the song goes. But the last part of it says that all things are for the best. The biblical quotation is that all things work for good to them that love God.
Every cowboy's best friend was his Connecticut-made Colt 45. It was important to be quick and a sure shot. All kinds of people and animals roamed the prairies. Every good trail boss was a sure shot. How good a boss do you have? At this time, I'm going to ask our state lecturers to line up in the center aisle. But before you do that, I'm going to ask Judy and Bill to go at the far end so you're the last ones in line.
Just try to get the donkey. It's always very out.
Did you get any? No. I don't know what I'm saying.
The hook.
Cowboys up there again.
Okay, now you see how your state leadership do. Now we go up to the national level.
Just keep it under your hat. Just keep it under your hat. Late one night while mopping floors at Joe's Red Eye Saloon, I saw this dude in a 10-gallon hat sort of leap across the room. That ugly, bug-eyed, creepy dude sure as hell looked mean. That Stetson hat had the tallest crown this kid had ever seen. He hops upon a stool, and then I hear with perfect diction, "Kentucky whiskey, barkeep, one for me and one for my affliction." Then he took off that mangy hat and placed it on the bar. And what I saw atop his head beat anything by far. The biggest, the fattest horny toad that I had ever seen was grown onto his noggin and perched there slimy green. I watched this dude pick up both shots and douse one on his head, then gulp the other as 4 bug eyes turned Kentucky bloodshot red. I could tell old Joe was dying with every shot he'd served to hear the story behind this toad, but couldn't find the nerve to ask the ugly bug-eyed dude who spoke with perfect diction, "Barkeep, pour one for me and one more for my affliction." That mean dude's thick lips finally turned to a smile, and Joe the barkeep took his chance. "I've been wondering for a while, your affliction. Tell me, sir, can you say just how you got him?" With perfect diction, the toad replied, "It began as a wart on my bottom." Whoa!
as we sing it once more.
Until we meet again, happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing the song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Thank you all for coming, and happy trails till we meet again.